And we are back. It's great to have football back. A wonderful time of the year. First four seasons have gone by like that. Teams are hot, teams are cold. Let's just dive right into it. Starting off with, in my opinion, I think the best team in the NFL, the St. Louis Rams. I think they're Super Bowl bound. They got LA buzzing. They got the weapons. They got the defense. They've got it all. Starting off with the quarterback, Jared Goff. So far, he looks like a star. But it raises my question. Is it the system he plays in? It's a valid question, and I think a question that needs to be addressed immediately. You saw him his rookie year with Jeff Fisher. It didn't look like he knew how to throw a football. Granted, Jeff Fisher is a defensive minded coach, and he basically uses a high school offense. I understand that. But people were calling Jared Goff a bust after 10 NFL games he played in his rookie year, which I understand why. He did not look good. He didn't win a game. But all of a sudden, Sean McVay comes into play, and this kid's a star. Does that have to do with Sean McVay's system, or is it Jared Goff improving over the years and working hard at his craft? Obviously, he has improved. He makes throws that he did not make his rookie year. But I'd say majority of the throws that I've seen Jared Goff make have been wide open. He hasn't had to. He can hit a guy within an 8-foot radius, and he's going to make a play because there's not a guy within 10 yards of him. Yes, I saw last Thursday night when they played Minnesota on live TV, Jared Goff making throws that were out of his mind. I've seen guys like Alex Smith make throws out of his mind. I've seen guys like Case Keenum make throws that are out of this world. And yes, they are still system quarterbacks. I think I need to see this kind of success from Jared Goff throughout a whole season, and I'll let him. Then I'll tell myself he's a star. But as of right now, in my opinion, Jared Goff is a system quarterback, and he's going to put up the numbers he put ups because of the system he plays in. Yes, I do believe that. Yes, I'll stick with that. Yes, I'll man up to it if I'm wrong. But at this moment in time, I believe Jared Goff is a system quarterback. But I also do believe that the Rams have a team around him, not even them, that is good enough to go to the World Series. Actually, I think they're good enough to win 13, 14 games this year. If they stay healthy, you have a defense that is composed of Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh, Marcus Peters, Aqib Talib, Michael Brockers, Mark Barron, all guys who are respectable, Pro Bowl level guys at their respective positions. I even forgot Lamarcus Joyner, a top 10 safety in the NFL. You think like, oh, they got a defense that stacked. They have this, they have that. Their offense can't be that good. You're wrong. Best offense in the NFL. Todd Gurley, best running back currently in the NFL because Le'Veon Bell is sitting out. Brandon Cooks looks like a stud in the new Sean McVay system. I was wrong about Brandon Cooks coming in this year. I was betting people Brandon Cooks doesn't crack 1,000 yards, not going to be the same guy. They got too many weapons there. They rely on Gurley too much. This, that. Top 3 receiving yards in the NFL right now. Cooper Kupp, rising star in the NFL out of the slot. You can even play him out wide. He gets open. He's like Chris Hogan. He'll get open. If you need a third down conversion, he'll be there. Robert Woods, possession wide receiver coming from the Buffalo Bills last season. He showed flashes, having a stellar season so far. Touchdowns in back-to-back weeks. Big red zone guy, big third down guy, just like Cooper Kupp. They're going to be a scary team. Not even this year, for years to come. They're young, they're loaded, and they're ready to go. I'm telling you, they're a force to be reckoned with. Next up, coming out of the AFC, once again, the Kansas City Chiefs. A hot start. But it raises the question, will it last? Pat Mahomes has proven to me that he's a capable NFL starting quarterback and that he should be considered currently for the NFL MVP, as well as Jared Goff, as well as Drew Brees. But this happens with Kansas City every year. They come out of the gates firing. They're looking like the team to beat in the AFC. And once the weather starts getting cold out in Kansas City, and they got to start playing in the thick of November and December, their stock starts to decrease and decline. I think that this Chiefs team may be different. They look to be loaded. They look to be flying around the field. But when you only beat, granted on the road in prime time, when you only beat a subpar Denver team, 23-20 or 24-23, I don't remember the exact score, that raises some questions. New England would have blown them out. Jacksonville would have blown them out. Granted, it's Pat Mahomes' first primetime game. He might have had some nerves. But that's a team that you should be beating by almost 2 scores, if not more. What's going on with Philadelphia and Minnesota? 2 teams off to subpar starts after stellar seasons last year and such high expectations. The Vikings have had a tough schedule to start the season, but not really. I mean, yes. I mean, no. They tied the Green Bay Packers, a game they should have won if they could hit a field goal. They got smoked by the worst team in the NFL, the Buffalo Bills. That was a sad, sad game, in my opinion. Pathetic. Baltimore Ravens beat the Buffalo Bills 47-3. The Baltimore Ravens are nowhere near the quality as the Minnesota Vikings. Nowhere. Philadelphia, I think that they'll be fine. They got to wait for Wentz to get his feet back underneath him. Once he starts clicking, he'll be okay. I think both these teams are going to be fine. The NFC is loaded. They're going to have the Super Bowl champion this year is going to come out of the NFC. Whether it's the Rams, the Saints, don't sleep on the Packers, don't sleep on the Panthers. There's so many teams you can go from in the NFC that the Super Bowl is coming out of the NFC this year. Again, for back-to-back years. Which team is the best team in the AFC? I've heard New England. I don't think so. Yes, they're good. Yes, they'll win the division. Yes, they're going to be tough to beat in Foxborough in the playoffs, but they're not the best team in the AFC. Kansas City? Nope. I'm looking at Jacksonville. With a defense like that, the defense is going to take the ball away. It's going to put pressure. It's going to fluster you whenever possible. The only thing you need to do on offense is run the ball and manage a game, Blake Bortles. That's what the Jets did in 2009 and 2010 with Mark Sanchez. Good running game, good defense. Just make the throws. That's all the fan base can ask him, is just make the throws you need to make. When you start making the game complicated, when you start to think too much, is when you mess up. Make the throws you need to make. If you make the throws you need to make, the Jacksonville Jaguars will be in the Super Bowl. No question about it. Some teams start out hot in the years. Some teams start out slow. I'm going to focus on the teams that are starting out slow right now. So, a question that has come to my mind is what team do I think has the best chance from a poor first quarter to bounce back and to make some noise coming down the stretch and coming down the next couple quarters of the year? That team, in my opinion, is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have not looked like themselves. I know this isn't a team that you expected to start poorly, but they don't have Le'Veon Bell. Their offense centers around Le'Veon Bell. He means so much to their offense. When he doesn't play, they are a completely different team that is flustered, doesn't really know what's going on. They're lost. People know. You can just zone in on James Conner. He's not Le'Veon Bell. Yes, he's had a couple good weeks, but teams figure out plug-in guys. Any good running back, their backup can put them in for a half a game or a week or two, and they'll produce. But if that running back is out for an extended period of time, like Le'Veon Bell will be, teams figure them out. These teams are smart. But I think once Le'Veon Bell comes back, I heard after the Week 7 bye week, he'll be back. The Steelers will start clicking. They'll start being the offense and the team we thought they would. Everything just relies on that defense. I've just seen that defense got absolutely they get torched every week. Every week it seems like I turn on the TV and it's like another 450-yard game against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Ryan Fitzpatrick threw for over 400 yards. What do you think Tom Brady's going to do? Pat Mahomes. I think he put up, 6 or 7 TDs against them? What are you going to do when adversity hits you? You going to drop to your knees and cry? Or are you going to get up and fight through it? That's all I got for today's show. We'll see you next week around the same time. This is Sports Universe, and I'm Jack Osterloff signing off.